Ladies and gentlemen, I want to read you a couple of articles. CNN House Oversight Committee Chairman sends letter requesting Secret Service provide Wilmington visitor logs. Then you get GOP senators demand Secret Service release Biden visitors logs. Then Secret Service gathering information. That was the Hill, Washington Examiner. Secret Service gathering info after GOP demands visitor logs for Biden classified document locations. What do you think those visitor logs are going to state? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments section, those visitor logs will show? Do you think maybe they'll show that Hunter visited Joe Biden's Wilmington? Well, first of all, we know that he's visited the Wilmington location. Okay, numerous times. He stayed there, lived there for a little while, according to the New York Post, I believe. I don't know if lived there, but it was there often. And then the New York Post talked about how he had access to that garage and that he might have utilized classified data. And this is Ron Johnson, Senator Ron Johnson, and others, Chuck Grassley. And then, of course, you have Jim Jordan in the House Judiciary and James Comer in House Oversight Committee. They've all stated that it's a huge crime, felony investigation, big scandal if he utilized classified data as part of his business negotiations, or potentially, I'm not accusing him of this, if Hunter sold the classified data. They were accusing Trump in Newsweek and other publications of possibly selling classified data. There was a Newsweek article, I should say. Somebody accused him, an attorney, I think, accused him of Trump of possibly selling classified data. Okay? All they need, now I talked about this in my last segment, there will be a search warrant because the Bidens are not cooperating. The fact that Hunter had access to classified data, and the fact that they're not saying, oh, you know what, go ahead and search all of Hunter's properties and all of the other properties that we have. There was the Federal Bureau of Investigation search at Biden's home. I thought the DOJ declined to do that. So the DOJ declined. The Department of Justice, if you pay attention to this, the timeline, the Department of Justice stated, well, there's no need to investigate Biden's residences because he's cooperating, and Trump didn't cooperate. That is complete nonsense. Trump was negotiating with his attorneys. He didn't have to give back all the information that he had as a former president if it was declassified. The National Archives has nothing on Trump if he had declassified everything, and he said he did. He had the ability to do so. If you're going to accuse Trump of not declassifying the information, then you have to prove he did not declassify the information. He's a former president. The Supreme Court stated that he has the right to classify or declassify anything. A vice president does not. Furthermore, Biden's documents were from the Senate, from his time as senator. He didn't have the ability as a senator to declassify things. He had some authority as vice president from President Obama's executive order in 2009, allowing a vice president to declassify only things that he or she classified originally. So there you go. That's the issue. But Hunter has absolutely no classification authority at all. He's also accused of potential graft and bribery schemes and numerous felonies, and he's under investigation by the Department of Justice for crimes that aren't even on the top of the list of what he's accused of. That's the issue here. The entire country knows what's going on. The entire country knows what's going on. Joe Biden has a family member who was making money for him. Hunter was making money for Joe. Okay, Hunter was probably put in a very bad situation if you really want to look at it. I don't think he cared about the situation that he was in because he was, benefiting by funding his lifestyle, which includes people who should never be near classified data or any important information. But you have a situation where this is like a low-level Bill and Hillary Foundation. Okay, the difference, though, is that the Bidens aren't the Clintons. They're not as devious, and they're a lot sloppier than the Clintons. So Hillary has top secret intel siphoned onto servers, probably the greatest cybersecurity nightmare of all time. Not one person on the planet, including Comey, has either explained or knows how top secret intelligence was able to be transferred onto servers. Now, again, I think that Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee for the Democratic Party. This is a Clintonian. All of this looks like a Clintonian operation. And I'll explain in a second. Hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, every day at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. in the morning. I will have videos. Go to H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'll continue to grow that channel soon. I've lost some steam, but I'm going to continue to obviously build that channel. But ladies and gentlemen, you have a situation where this is a story that is a very, very, very interesting story. Then we're going to talk about on both channels, and this is not only impeachment, ladies and gentlemen, but this could be part of U.S. history. It is part of U.S. history, but this is what the Clintons need to ensure that they become the 24, that Hillary becomes the 24 nominee. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel, 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. every morning, Pacific time. To my new Patreons, thank you so very, very much. To my super thanks on this channel, it's below. Thank you so much. I will thank you personally in the comments section. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. Become part of a newsletter there. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a situation where the visitor logs are all that's needed. Once you know, and the New York Post already explained that Hunter had access to the Wilmington garage, okay? New York Post, Hunter Biden had access to that Corvette stored in garage, okay, where classified documents were found. Okay, so Hunter Biden lived at Delaware home where classified documents were kept. He lived at the home, okay? He lived at the home. So, it's right there. New York Post. That's all you need. Okay? That's all you need to know. So the New York Post, Hunter lived at that home, and that's all you need to get that search warrant. So the search warrant, Hunter lived at home. Okay, so Hunter Biden lived at Delaware home where classified documents were kept. This is a New York Post article, and then there are articles talking about they want the visitor logs. Well, what do you think is going to happen next? You just put two and two together. He lived at the home. They want the visitor logs. Lord knows who he invited to that home, and there's classified data at the home. You can do the math. What does that lead to? What on earth does that lead to? This is a catastrophe for the Democratic Party, and this could be a controlled, so to speak, type of like a Vegas hotel that's being replaced by another Vegas hotel, okay? It's a controlled effort to gently push him to resign, okay? And that's where this is heading. And I know that there are so many people, nothing's ever going to happen, honestly. And we learned from the Durham probe, nothing's ever. Things are taking place that would have been celebrated during the Durham probe, that should have taken place. Like, it's happening. It's happening. All this is happening, ladies and gentlemen. It helps Trump tremendously. Okay? Absolutely helps Trump. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel. right now. There will eventually be a search warrant based on the New York Post articles and the visitors' logs. Give me your thoughts. Thanks so very, very much. Be here for the I'll have a live stream today. I know I say that lately, but I will have a live stream today earlier, probably around 4 p.m. or so. About 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Thanks, everybody.